Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a simple scrapbook layout of the northern lights or aurora borealis. So these are the pictures I'm going to scrapbook, and I snapped them from my front porch here in Colorado, and this is a little printout of the scientific explanation of why the aurora occurs. I'm going to create embellishments from Forever Forest and In the Grove stamps and dies, along with an older Close to My Heart paper collection called Aurora. So it has this beautiful scene page, and often when you have a really pretty paper, you don't want to cover it all up. So I'm going to show you how you can make use of this paper and still see quite a bit of the pattern. Okay, so my base is going to be sage. I'm going to use the zip strips from each of these, and I'm going to cut off a 1/4 inch from 3 sides. Okay, so I want to leave as much of the design in there as I can. So I'm just cutting a bit off so that we can see that sage border. Okay, so they're going to go down on my background like that, and then I'm going to bring in this plaid, also from Aurora, and I'm going to cut about 3 3/4 inches. And I'll have 2 strips, and then I'll cut a 1/4 inch off each end so that we can still see the full border. And those are going to go down the center of my layout. And then the flip side is that peacock pattern, and I'm going to put that on the left side. So here I am, I'm cutting off that extra little 1/4 inch so that we have a full border. And then I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch off the flip side of this plaid paper, so I can use that peacock pattern over on the left side. Okay, so we'll straighten everything out, and then I'll bring in the zip strip, and that's going to border that plaid. So we'll lay that down like that. So that's a simple background. We can still see quite a bit of that pretty pattern paper. And I'm going to use some of the stickers from Aurora. I love this border strip, and it's got this sort of holographic UV coated design. So I'm going to bring a couple stickers in that reflect that. And then I'm also going to use the title sticker and that wood shape. Okay, so my pictures are going to be laid out roughly like this. I've also pulled in a picture my life card, and that's where I'm going to do my journaling to tell my story, and it's all going to be laid out like that. So off camera, I've glued everything down, and then I prepped my pictures with foam tape, and I've also created mats for them out of eggplant. So this is where I've done my journaling off camera. I've typed it out on some Avery sticker paper, clear sticker paper, and placed it down on that picture my life card. And that's roughly the design there. So this is actually the second time I've seen the aurora in Colorado. It rarely is visible this far south, but it's the second time. And so my story that I'm telling in my journaling is how when I was about 11 years old, I think, my dad woke me up in the middle of the night. I was in a dead sleep, and he woke me up and he said, "Get your coat and shoes." And I'm like, "What?" And so I had my PJs on with my coat over them, and we walked down the street in the middle of the night, and it was cold out. And towards the end of the street, you could see the lights, and they were this amazing blue and green, and they were twinkling, and I just remember being so amazed. And it was kind of special because my dad picked me to wake up and not either of my brothers. So it's a fun memory. So I'm going to create some embellishments using the Forever Forest and In the Grove stamps, and I have my older Misty out, and where I can pull the foam from the Misty. You don't need it with these cling stamps because they already have foam on them. So I'm laying down a sticky mat inside so that my paper will stick to it, and it's just personal preference there. Then we'll pop out our stamps, and I'm going to bring in a piece of sage and I'm going to do some stamping. So I'm going to create a whole bunch of embellishments using all these trees. And then the Forever Forest set also comes with some other shaped tree dies that don't have coordinating stamps. So I'm going to use a whole bunch of those too. So we'll go ahead and stamp out the first round, and then it's basically the same thing. So I've learned with the Stampinup stamp pads, if you press down on the end with your thumbs, it'll make it pop open. And this is a brand new stamp pad. So it was a little sticky, but I found that was the easiest way for me to get it to pop open. And just inking these stamps up. I'm going to do it twice, and we'll get them stamped out. And then off camera, I'll stamp out a whole bunch more and cut them out with coordinating dies. So I've also used peacock paper and ink, and I've die cut some of the trees from the peacock pattern paper that matches that border over on the left. Okay, so I'm going to create another embellishment out of the circle die. It's from the Everyday Details dies, and it's part of the Aurora collection, and I'm making sure my arrows are going up, and that will reflect the circle image that's like the wood image over on the right page. So now I'm just kind of arranging my embellishments. I'm going to tuck some trees above my pictures. And I don't want a lot to go along the bottom because I don't want to cover up those trees in the background paper. So we'll just tuck a few trees in just to add a little interest. I think I'm liking this. And then I'll bring that larger die cut tree, and that'll draw it down so that peacock paper can get reflected on both sides. I think I like that. Okay, so I'm also going to bring in some stickers. I thought I was going to use this arrow over here, but then I changed my mind later on and found a smaller image from the sticker sheet. And then I want it to reflect that same UV coated on both sides. So I'm going to use that arrow on the right page. And then part of the Aurora collection has these acrylic shapes. So I brought in this arrowhead and then some stars. I'll scatter some of those around. And now we'll go ahead and start adhering. I'm just going to leave a little bit of this in the video, and I've sped it up super fast. It's just gluing and sticking things down. So we've got all this placed, and I've used a combination of tape runner, foam tape, and glue. So we'll get everything down. And we'll adhere our stickers, and then we'll skip ahead. And then the easiest way to adhere these acrylic pieces are with glue dots. So we'll get those down. And then I'm going to bring in some sparkle. So these are shimmer gems in silver. And I'm just going to pop a whole bunch of these all around. And then I'll have some close-up shots at the end. So it's a pretty quick and simple layout. The most time-consuming thing was creating the embellishments, all the stamping and cutting, but otherwise it's pretty simple. And this way you can see a great deal of that pretty paper in the background. So you can check your stash and see if you've been hoarding some pretty papers, and this way you can use them. You can still put a couple pictures on your layout, and yet you can still see that paper in the background. So we'll have some close-up shots. I will make a list of the supplies that I use with links for the Stampinup products that are available in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. Please leave a like or a comment if you've enjoyed this video. That would help me out a whole bunch. And thanks for watching.